Hi guys, welcome to the video. It's another episode of Sex Coach Reacts. Today we are going back to what is sex like for straight women. Part 1 I did a little bit ago. You can go back and watch that one. Watch that one before you come to this one because we are starting right away. I got my glasses on so that I look more credible when I mansplain these women because, you know, it's inevitable. I'm a man, I'm a white male, so, you know, that's guaranteed I'm going to be mansplaining a little bit. But anyway, I'm a sex coach. We're going to go through what is sex like for straight women. We're going to see if I agree as a straight woman, I guess. In this video I identify as a straight woman so that I have the authority to agree or disagree with what they say. Anyway, we're just gonna learn, okay? It doesn't hurt. Let's get into it because I am rambling at this point and it's making no sense whatsoever. Alright, first question.
Have you ever had an orgasm?
I have not.
Yes.
Yes. Nope. Growing up, especially during puberty, there was sort of like this feeling of shame tagged around girls going through puberty and feeling horny. Like if I felt a little horny, I was like, oh no, like this isn't normal. If I'm horny, I just sit through it and I don't do anything about it and I wait till it passes. But because of that, like later my body just when it's like about to orgasm, my body like shuts down. It's like, no, you're not gonna, that's just my mind blocking it, which is something I'm working on.
Okay, so that is a little bit sad to me, especially if they are sexually active and they have never had an orgasm. That sucks. And it shouldn't be the case. It's the reason this happens is because, you know, a lot of men when they have sex, they suck at it because they haven't been watching my videos, right? And they're not really concerned with giving their partner an orgasm. It's usually like an afterthought. It's usually like, I'm gonna do whatever feels good for me, and if it happens to give them an orgasm, then that's awesome, and I must have rocked their world. But the thing is that sex and reaching orgasm, that is a mental thing for women. It takes so much mental stimulation and so much kind of alleviation of insecurities and so much comfort and so much vulnerability, as we have seen with the blonde woman at the end there. She has a mental block and she knows she does. She is not comfortable kind of releasing and experiencing that orgasm because of her past and her upbringing. And so it truly is a mental game. You need to, if you are a guy and you want to provide orgasms for your female counterpart, your female partner, it is a mental game. You need to get them stimulated, you need to get them aroused, you need to make sure they are immersed in that experience, and you need to make sure they are comfortable with you. Anything you can do to alleviate any insecurities is going to be helpful. It's going to help them get out of their head and just let go and feel that vulnerability. The vulnerability enough that will lead them to orgasm, and that's just basically what it is. Of course, it is also going to take communication, and it's going to take some effort on their part of just accepting the vulnerability and just being comfortable. And the more you can get your partner comfortable, especially women, the better the sex will be. So there you go. Next question.
Have you ever faked an orgasm?
Have you ever faked an orgasm? Me? No. I think that would be a little bit hard to pull off as a guy. But I would say they probably have faked an orgasm, and we will see momentarily. But I just wanted to stress that you should not, under any circumstances, fake an orgasm. Because basically what you are doing is rewarding behavior that does not lead to orgasm. Because orgasms, getting someone to orgasm, that is extremely rewarding. Men love that because it makes them feel good, right? It makes you feel like you accomplished something, like you achieved something, like you're awesome in bed. It's this kind of primal thing that men love when they see that a woman is getting off. And so if you're not actually getting an orgasm from the behaviors and the actions of your sexual partner, but you are then rewarding those behaviors by faking the orgasm, then you are basically rewarding behaviors and are dooming yourself to having those behaviors repeat over and over again because that partner, that man, thinks that what they're doing is working and leads you to orgasm when it doesn't. And so you shouldn't ever fake an orgasm. I think a lot of people probably do. A lot of them are probably going to feel badly and they're going to feel guilty and they're going to feel like they have to have an orgasm, and if they're not there, then they have to fake it in order for their partner to feel good. But you don't have to. You don't have to have an orgasm. You can say, listen, I'm just not in it right now, and it's not a reflection of you. Or you can just flat out say, it is a reflection of you, you are terrible, and I didn't reach orgasm. Whatever approach you want.
One time in my early days, because I felt so bad. But never again. I felt like ashamed that I was taking too long. You kind of have this expectation that you're gonna act like the girls in the pornos.
Oh, okay. I guess we're only going to get that one person's opinion. I would say most of the time it's just because you feel kind of pity for your partner, and so you're going to fake an orgasm, and that's actually worse because then you're going to, it's just bad. Because then the guy thinks that he gave you an orgasm when he didn't, and then he's going to be confused if he does the same things over and over again, and he's like, oh, this isn't working. But we all know from watching my videos that you need variety anyway to reach orgasms, so don't fake orgasms. And your sex life will improve, actually, so there you go. If it is taking an abnormal amount of time for you to reach orgasm, it's because your mind isn't there. It's because your partner isn't doing enough to turn you on, to keep you immersed in that experience. They need to be dirty talking you. They need to be engaging you in that experience. It is not enough to just physically thrust away. And maybe they're doing something that is not pleasurable physically. You need to tell them that. You need to guide them. Sex is not this thing where two people just randomly do two different things in hopes that they work out and luck would bring you an orgasm. It's not going to work out most of the time because then it would just be luck. You need to work together as a couple, figure these things out, and then do the things that you need to do in order to reach orgasm or have your partner reach orgasm. That's just the way it is. That's how sex is. It's a partner act, so you have to act like partners.
Is it important to find a partner that can make you orgasm?
Yes. What more needs to be said about that? They need to at least be willing to try to give you an orgasm and be enthusiastically trying to give you an orgasm. Otherwise, they are a douchebag and you shouldn't be with them.
If they can't make you orgasm at first, I think you should find a partner who's willing to learn and adjust to what you want so that you both can have a better time. And I think if they learn to adjust to what you like, then they're a partner worth having around, and that's the partner you want to have sex with.
For so long, I was with partners. I mean, for 5 or 6 years when I was first having sex, I was with partners again and again that never made me orgasm, but I also didn't know how to make myself orgasm. So I wasn't masturbating. I wasn't communicating with my partners. I didn't know what positions were turn-ons for me. I had to have a conversation with him because I'm like, I'm lying. I'm lying to me. I'm lying to him. The whole experience just could be so much better. And so I remember he was laying in bed. We had the conversation and he was saying, he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So it's not necessarily important for me to be with a partner that makes me orgasm, but it is important for me to be with a partner that prioritizes my pleasure.
Buzzcut hair girl, she just hit the nail on the head. I mean, so many people are not as mature and as adult and actually will talk to their partner about sex. So many people will not do that, and they'll just go throughout their sex as a guessing game, making their partner guess and their partner making them guess because they're too afraid to talk about it. You need to have the courage to talk about these things to your partner, to express yourself, to figure out with that person how they can make you achieve an orgasm. If they're not into it and they don't want to give you an orgasm and they are selfish, then you shouldn't be with that person. Next question.
Do you feel like you mostly just accommodate men and what they want during sex?
I'm afraid that they are going to answer yes to this question because sex in our society, because of porn, has become so male dominant, and porn is male dominant because porn is marketed towards men. Most porn is, and a lot of men these days are learning about sex, learning how to have sex through the porn they're watching. They're emulating what they're seeing on their screens in real life, and that is male dominant, extremely selfish, extremely physically based sex, and it's not going to lead into anything good. I am afraid that a lot of these women are going to say yes, that they are just kind of doing what their male counterpart wants. That is not right. And as a mature adult and someone that wants to be better at sex, if you're watching my videos, I assume you want to be better at sex. You cannot be selfish. It needs to be a reciprocal experience. Like I said earlier, it is a partner thing. You guys need to act like partners.
I definitely get like nervous in the sense of like, am I performing well? Am I doing a good job?
So the performance anxiety, that's not like everyone has that, men and women. So that's not like her trying to mold to a man's needs necessarily.
At first, yes. As I started to be with more people, I started to realize, I started to ask, well, what do you want me to do? What do you like? And I was like, what do I like? I don't know.
Again, you just have to be mature. You have to communicate. It should be a reciprocal thing. There's nothing more that needs to be said about it. Alright, so that'll do it for me in this video because the next topic is rape and sexual assault, and it's bad. Don't do it. That's all that needs to be said. Rape sucks. Sexual assault sucks. Never do it. It does happen, I will say, and that sucks. I know it's awful. There are some bad people out there, but there are a lot of good people too. So anyway, most sexual issues in sexual relationships, whether it is you're not reaching orgasm, your sex sucks, whatever it is, most of it comes down to communication. Are you communicating with your partner? Are you working with your partner together to improve the sexual relationship you guys have? If the answer is no and you're not talking about it, then that is the first step to getting better at sex. The second step would be to think about sex in terms of mental stimulation. It is not enough to just provide physical stimulation in order to reach orgasm or have amazing sexual experiences. There needs to be a mental context. There needs to be immersion, engagement, stimulation, horniness, arousal. Those mental factors are what enhance the sexual experience and lead to orgasm. They are what determine overall sexual pleasure far more than whatever you are doing downstairs physically. So that'll do it for me in this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Get out there and have some better sex.